One of the most difficult parts of divorce is dealing with children. I've seen this as a divorce lawyer. I've seen this, albeit I'm a happily married man now, as a prior divorcee. I've had to deal with that. This is a very tough process for the parents. It's a very tough process for the children, regardless of their age range, because things are about to change for those children. Things are about to change for those parents. And Arizona has codified within its revised statute certain requirements that even attempt to speak to that arduous effect that this would have on children. For example, in Arizona, if there are children involved in a divorce, there's a mandatory parenting class that you have to take. If you don't take that parenting class, you could waive your right to parenting time or decision-making authority, I should say, with your children. That's how strict Arizona is, because it becomes a tough process with the children. Then people ask questions, well, will my children have a say in who they stay with? Well, who's going to pay child support? Who are the kids going to spend the night with? Who's going to be the custodial parent? All of these things are things that are answered during the course of the divorce, and there's a number of factors that are considered. Some people come to the office, and I've had clients that I've had to address with this. Well, we signed a prenuptial agreement delineating out certain things as it relates to the kids. And oftentimes they don't understand that broadly you cannot delineate out certain things as it relates to the kid in a prenuptial agreement. The court makes a decision for the child that's in the best interest of the child. Who's going to end up paying child support? Well, we talked about it in our prenuptial agreement. Well, that may or may not be what the court sticks with. The court's going to do what's in the language, the best interest of the child. And what you agreed to in a prenuptial agreement may not be what's in the best interest of the child now. And so there are certain things that the court will want to see, financial affidavit of records, and they would want to get information from the child. Sometimes the child sits with a therapist or a counselor sometime to get the child's input depending on the age. Who's the child been with? If you've been in prison for 7 years and you come out and all of a sudden you want custody rights to your child, or you want to go through a divorce, and now you want the court's going to do what's in the best interest of that child. And there's no hard line rule as to what the court will do, but the framework is what's in the best interest of the child, making sure that the child's life stays as consistent as possible. And so you would want to sit down with the lawyer. They would do a thorough interview with you about the child, about where the child goes to school. Do the parents live in the same neighborhood? Do they live in the same state? There are a myriad of things that have to be looked at when deciding about the children. But what's important to the divorcees that are going through the process is that divorces can have a long-lasting, substantial, and negative impact on children if it's not handled properly. And so we try to walk our clients through that process with a great degree of sensitivity, but also representing the interests that our clients want. So you want to sit down and discuss all of these factors with an attorney and come up with a strategy that's in the best interest of the child, because that is what the court is going to use broadly as a standard in making its decision as it relates to the parenting time and as it relates to decision-making authority, or what's commonly known as custody in other jurisdictions.